What's going on YouTube? AR Car Reviews back here again with another video, and in today's video I will be telling you guys why I think you should get a S197 Mustang GT. The reason why I wanted to make this video is because a lot of people want to get Mustangs, but unfortunately they think they're too expensive. With the newer S650 generation and the S550, prices go from upwards of 30K up. But I can tell you, what if you could get that same car, similar experience, somewhat, for half that price? This is my 2013 Ford Mustang GT, and I picked this car up for $15,000. $15,000 got you this, gets you this, one of the most iconic taillights to come out from a Mustang, and an interior that's really out of date. Well, it was out of date when I first got the car, but unfortunately I cannot say the same anymore. The price of this car being so cheap, I was able to put in technology in the car to make it more up to date. The first thing that people typically speak about whenever they get in my car is definitely going to be my seat covers. They always say, oh my gosh, did you get new seats? These seats look amazing. No, these are actually seat covers from Custom Interior. Same thing with the infotainment system. If you want to get an infotainment system, there you go. You have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto with the Donovan D9. And of course, by the time you guys are seeing this, you'll also know that I have installed an aftermarket carbon fiber steering wheel for my car as well. And the only thing being from Ford is that I actually got the premium gauge cluster for this car as well. So instead of spending the money to just buy a better Mustang GT from Ford, you could always go the cheaper route and do it step by step. So that's the reason why I think the S197 is one of the best deals for muscle cars right now. You're getting a Coyote that hopefully hasn't been through too much stuff. And at the same time, it's a very reliable car. This car itself has 100,000 miles. And it being a Mustang, I feel like people want to take care of it a little bit more. Now, we all know some Mustangs that are a little bit beat down, you know, busted up. And you might get those for a better deal, but when it comes to cars like this, stealing it for 15K, you cannot go wrong with that. I just feel like for the money per value, nothing else is going to beat that. Nothing else in today's market is going to beat a Coyote engine, which, by the way, Ford is still using this same engine. It has a little bit better forged internals to give it a little bump in power, but apart from that, it is the same heart of this engine in the now Mustang GT S650. So what does that tell you? This is one of the greatest V8s of all time. There, I said it. You can hate me if you want, you can love me for it if you want, but yes, the Coyote Mustang 5.0 is one of the best Mustang engine V8s out there, no debate. So if we're going to talk about why you shouldn't get this car, especially with it being old and you have to change out a lot of stuff, if you aren't very mechanically inclined, then maybe, yeah, you should just get a newer Mustang. But if you do want a project that you're going to fall in love with, which I think most Mustang guys are, come on, y'all let me know in the comments if y'all like to, you know, tinker around with your car. I know I definitely do. If you are a Mustang guy like that, then this is the perfect project daily car. You can do anything you want with it, have fun with it. There's been 1,000,001 videos done on this car, so you'll never feel like you're stranded. The other day I saw a whole diagram this person made of the trims, the models, and where the car was. It's like, it was crazy to think that somebody did all this for a Mustang. But yes, we have one of the best communities on the internet. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. So just to let you guys know, some of my future plans for this car is to add on 6-piston bright red Brembo brakes. I want to have that on this car. I think it's going to look absolutely amazing. I want to have it done on the front, not on the rear. I know the new ones have it on the rear as well, but I think that's a little overkill. But yeah, I just generally think this is one of the best cars you could buy for the money. For that same amount of money, you're in like kind of Subaru BRZ territory, and this has double that power. Coming to power, this car is going to have 420 power naturally aspirated, but you can also buy a lot of these cars heavily modified. If I'm being honest with you guys, I would not suggest that you do that. I feel like light bolt-on modifications here and there are perfectly fine, but when it's somebody's backyard project, you don't really know what they put the car through or what it's going to put you through. So I would say leave it alone unless you know exactly what they did and is, you know, you're pretty familiar with the platform, or maybe you just want to pick up another project yourself. Depending on the price is going to depend on how much of a headache you got. So like what I said before, I picked up this car for 15K. It didn't have any modifications. The only modification it had was an exhaust, and the exhaust itself was a little rattly. And from that, I've done a whole bunch of modifications that I can explain and that make the car really mine. Apart from that, I would also say the earlier generation S197, but those tend to be a little more underpowered, talking about the 4-valve engines. Those are really good cars too. They're a little older, but they definitely have a better sound. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna lack the power, but they're gonna punch that with the, you know what I'm saying? When they put in that exhaust, it's gonna sound beautiful. Even better than the Coyote, I really do think that. But when it comes to looks, I'm pretty sure this one got it beat. Let's be honest, the 13, 14 generation got the taillights everybody wants. It also has better looking headlights in my opinion. I just feel like this car cannot be beat when you're talking about the price. When you get a car for that good of a price, it opens doors for you to actually do other modifications that you want for the car, instead of just buying an outright package from Ford that, you know, you basically have no control over. For one example is going to be these tires and wheels. I got these from eBay. I picked them up, and honestly, it makes the car look so much more aggressive. I absolutely love it. Of course, it does kick up a lot of dirt and a lot of mud, as you're seeing on my left fender right there, but such is life. But yeah, it's just, yeah. Also able to have this rear spoiler. This is the GTCS spoiler as well. It makes the car a little bit more aggressive. You know, it just stands out a little bit more. And yeah, so honestly, I feel like when you have the ability to get a car for a better price, it allows you to be able to do things to the car that you would like even lower it or stuff like that, because obviously not everyone is made of money. And let's be honest, this car has so much presence. I feel like, especially when it comes to styling, it has not missed a beat. It still looks like something put out in this day, in this generation, that just has a little bit of a modern muscle car feel to it. And tons of times people ask me like, is this stock? Like, did you do this yourself? And I'm like, no, that's how the car just came. It just came like that, honestly. So if you give the car a little TLC here and there, it can make the car shine. I'm telling y'all. Especially with my car, something I did, I changed out all the bulbs in the car, talking trunk lights, headlights, tail lights, all that stuff, to LEDs. Actually, the tail lights were already LEDs, so don't quote me on that one. But yeah, you guys could do it too, and that literally cost me like $20 for the whole lights. Changing the lights itself was a little bit of a struggle, but it's the little touches that really make a car feel premium, even on bad days, you know? Some of the other trims, like the V6 Mustang and the, I don't know if the EcoBoost was around at this time, do not have the styling, but it still overall has the great looks of an amazing muscle car as well. And with car prices being upwards of like $88,000, I think we can all save some money and buy an S197. But listen, I'm not gatekeeping y'all. I'm telling y'all the truth, all right? So with that being said, guys, that's gonna wrap up the video. Let me know in the comments if you guys think this is the best deal for a muscle car. I think it's the best deal for a car overall. The only downside I could see to owning this car is that obviously it's going to be a coupe, which if you want a muscle car, you want a sports car with 2 doors or 4 doors, you know your options already. I don't have to say it. The other downside is going to be that this is going to be a live axle. So I'm really fighting all the elements right now. It is not a pretty time to be a Mustang owner for the S197. This one is going to have a live axle suspension. If you guys don't know what that means, it means I feel all the potholes that you guys probably don't. So when it comes to the rear tires, the rear setup, the suspension is definitely going to kick me in the rear just a little bit more. So that is basically truck suspension, which makes the car feel a lot rawer. And sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it. Now that my tires are summers and it is flipping cold, I hate it. But when it gets to summer, I might love it again. With that being said, all you got to do is really dodge these potholes and then you'll be fine. But yeah, I want to know in the comments below, do you guys think the S197 Mustang is one of the best deals for a big V8 engine? I think it's one of the best deals for a sports car, muscle car, anything like that. For that same amount of price, you're getting basically not anything good. And I feel like for this price, most people don't believe me when I tell them how much I picked up this car for, but this is a typical price for a S197 Mustang. You can find really good ones for 15, 20 max. And if you're not trying to buy anything special like the Boss 302 or maybe the GT 500, you're gonna stay at that price range. Those cars are generally more taken care of and obviously a lot lower miles, but this one was mass produced, so you could pick this up for 15K. Yeah, so that's been the video, guys. Mustang in the back says hi. If you guys like this video, make sure to like up, subscribe up, all that good stuff. Make sure you do that. It would really help out the channel. And this has been your boy AR Car Reviews. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. AR out.